Good evening, everyone. Our previous topics gave us insights on the different dimensions in curriculum development. Those are the social dimensions, psychological dimensions, and many others. Today, we will discuss the different aspects of methodological dimensions in curriculum development, such as approaches to curriculum design. Curriculum development is a complex of undertaking that involves many kinds of decisions. Decisions must be made about the general aims which the school are to pursue and about the more specific objectives of instruction. The major subjects of the curriculum must be selected as well as the specific content to be covered in each. Decisions must be made about the choice of the type of learning experiences with which to implement both the content understanding and other objectives. There must be an evaluation of what learners are achieving and the effectiveness of the curriculum in attaining his desired objectives and ends. There are three commonly used approaches to curriculum design. These approaches are subject-centered curriculum, child-centered curriculum, problem-centered curriculum. These three major curriculum design models are implemented through the different approaches that are accepted by the teachers and curriculum practitioners. How the design is utilized becomes the approach to the curriculum. The subject-centered curriculum is organized on the basis of separate and distinct subjects, each of which embodies a body of knowledge and skills. The learner is expected to acquire this body of knowledge and skills. The subject-centered approach anchored on the curriculum design, which prescribe different and separate subjects into one broad fields. This approach considered the following. The primary focus is the subject matter. The emphasis is on bits and pieces of information which are detached from life. The continuity pursuit of learning outside the school is not emphasized. Learning should not happen in anywhere else, but learning should only take place inside the classroom. The subject matter serves as a means of identifying problems in living. And these considerations are the main idea of the subject-centered approach. The second one is the child or learner-centered approach. This approach to curriculum design is based on the underlying philosophy that the child is the center of the educational process. The philosophy underlying this curriculum or curriculum design is that the child is the center of the educational process and the curriculum should be built upon his interests, abilities, purposes, and needs. This type of curriculum emerged from the extensive research carried on in the early 20th century by John Dewey and his followers. A new respect for this child, a new freedom of action were incorporated into curriculum building in the child-centered school. Common characteristics of programs founded on the new philosophy were the activity program, the unit of work, and the recognition of the need for using and exploring many media for self-discovery and self-directions. The child-centered approach considers the following. A new respect for the child is fundamental. A new freedom of action is provided. The whole activity is divided into units of work. And the recognition of the need for using and exploring many media for self-discovery and self-direction is embraced. The third approach is the problem-centered approach. The problem-centered curriculum is conceived as the framework in which the child is guided toward maturity within the context of the social groups. It assumes that in the process of living, children experience problems. The solution to these problems enable children to become increasingly able to attain full development as individuals, capable of self-direction, and to become competent in assuming social responsibility. It attempts to guide children in the recognition of problems and in seeking solution. Problems and their solutions through broad and deep experiences become the core of the problem-centered curriculum. The problem-centered approach is characterized by the following views and beliefs. The learners are capable of directing and guiding themselves in resolving problems, thus, they become independent learners. The learners are prepared to assume their civic responsibilities through direct participation in different activities. And lastly, the curriculum leads the learners in the recognition of concerns and problems and in seeking solutions. The learners are considered problem solvers. And for us teachers, we should remember that there is no best strategy that could work in a million of different student background and characteristics. Thank you.